We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good. Robin. Here comes the mirror.
This bout is scheduled.
So much hype surrounding. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Nice counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Tom, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you've prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking to fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That jab misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Reed in that last round. That bell could not have... On to the second round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jabs, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This slugger has a unique mentality, doesn't he, Johnny? He just wants to win by knockout. He says if we go to the scorecards, it's a failure for me.
If you get in with a slugger, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone. Make them tired, trip over their own feet. Get them angry.
Nice counter shot. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Reed in that last round. You know that...
Come on.
There's the bell for round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Good defense to block the hook. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They stop the hook there. Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Robin Reed needs to get out of jail and quick. Let's talk about Reed in that last round. What would you tell this? And there's the bell to start round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Perfect counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Can't land that jab. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They threw the hook, it didn't land. Oh no, Robin Reed in some serious trouble. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Reed in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation. And there's the bell for round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Stamina is off the charts. nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Reed in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Get focused. Get your mind back on the job.
On to the 6th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Straight right just misses. Can't find a home with that jab. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
There's a counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Solid punch. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fights with a grunt.
Oh, and a shot from the heavens sends him to the canvas. Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Talk about Reed in that last round. What a huge moment.
Big deep.
Here we go. It's round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
There's a counter shot. Couldn't land that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Catch and shoot. This is the kind of fight you expect from 2 world-class elite middleweights. So far, the offense has been better than the defense. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Jab just missed with the left hand. Swing and a miss with the jab. Big swing and a miss with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Reed in that last round.
Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute.
Good work, that's it.
Round 8, and we're off again. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Only catching air with that hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice slip to avoid the jab. A lot of effort being exerted here. Got out of the way of that right hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now